When your dog falls asleep near you, most people just smile and move on. But there is one specific thing that happens inside that sleep, something you have probably seen dozens of times and never thought twice about, that scientists say reveals more about your bond than almost anything your dog does while awake. And the reason most owners miss it is simple. It looks ordinary, it looks like nothing, but once you understand what is actually happening inside your dog's brain in that moment, you will never watch them sleep the same way again. Let's start from the beginning. Because before we get to that one moment, you need to understand what sleep actually costs your dog. 1. Sleep is the most vulnerable thing a dog can do. Think about what your dog is, at their core. Underneath the tail wags and the couch cuddles, there is an animal wired for survival. Their ancestors did not have locked doors or safe neighborhoods. They had open ground, predators, and the constant need to stay alert. Which means sleep, real deep sleep, was dangerous. A dog that went fully unconscious in the wrong place around the wrong presence did not always wake up. That instinct never fully left. Studies on canine sleep behavior published in the journal Animal Cognition have found that dogs are remarkably sensitive to their sleep environment. Their brain continues monitoring for threats even in lighter sleep stages. They shift position based on perceived safety. They sleep differently around strangers than they do around people they trust. So when your dog chooses to sleep near you, that alone already means something. But it is what happens once they go deeper that tells you everything. 2. Most dogs never reach deep sleep at all. Here is something that might surprise you. A lot of dogs spend their entire lives cycling through light sleep without ever truly letting go. They doze, they rest, but the deepest stage of sleep, the stage where the brain fully releases its guard, stays just out of reach. Veterinary sleep researchers have noted that dogs in high-stress environments, shelters, chaotic homes, or homes where they feel emotionally unsafe, show significantly reduced REM sleep. Their nervous system simply will not allow it. It keeps one foot on the floor, ready to react, because the brain has decided the environment cannot be trusted. And the heartbreaking part is that most of those dogs look fine on the surface. They eat, they play, they seem normal, but underneath, their body is running on a low, constant hum of alertness that never fully switches off. Now flip that. Imagine a dog whose brain, after years of reading every room and every person, finally decides it is okay to let go completely. That is what you are about to understand. 3. The moment that changes everything. You have seen it before. Your dog is asleep. Maybe they are curled at your feet or pressed against your leg on the couch. And then it starts. Their paws begin to twitch. Little running movements, like they are chasing something just out of reach. Their face moves. Their lips pull back slightly. Sometimes a muffled bark comes out, soft and strange, nothing like their waking voice. Their breathing changes rhythm. Their eyes move beneath closed lids. Most people laugh at this. They film it. They post it online and write something like, "He's dreaming about squirrels." But here is what is actually happening. Your dog has entered REM sleep. And REM sleep in dogs is not just rest. It is the stage where the brain processes emotional memory, consolidates learning, and for the first time all day, fully releases the vigilance centers that keep them alert. A 2001 study from MIT led by neuroscientist Matthew Wilson found that mammals in REM sleep replay experiences from their day, complete with emotional processing. Their brain is not just resting. It is working through everything that happened, sorting what felt safe and what felt threatening, what to remember and what to let go. And here is the part that matters. That processing only happens when the brain decides it is safe enough to be completely offline. Which means every single time your dog twitches in their sleep next to you, their brain has made a decision. It has evaluated the environment, evaluated you, evaluated everything it knows about this moment, and concluded that it can fully let go because you are there. They are not just sleeping near you. They are trusting you with the one version of themselves that has absolutely no defenses left. 4. Where they sleep tells you how deep that trust actually goes. Pay attention to the position, not just the twitching. Because where your dog chooses to go into deep sleep around you is its own kind of language. If your dog sleeps pressed against your legs or your back, they are seeking contact while staying oriented toward the room. They trust you, but they are also naturally protective. That position lets them feel you while still facing outward. If your dog sleeps on your chest or stomach, that is a level beyond. They have placed themselves in a position where they cannot see anything coming. They have fully handed that responsibility to you. Canine behaviorists describe this as complete social trust, a state that typically only develops after months or years of consistent emotional safety. And if your dog flips onto their back, legs loose in the air, belly completely exposed, while in deep twitching sleep, that is the rarest version of all. A dog showing their stomach is exposing the most physically vulnerable part of their body. In a conflict, that is where they can be hurt the most. The fact that their brain chose that position during its most unconscious state tells you something no amount of tail wagging ever could. They are not performing for you in that moment. There is no performance left. That is just the raw truth of how safe you make them feel. 5. Your reaction in that moment matters more than you realize. Here's where most owners accidentally undo something important without knowing it. Your dog is deep in REM sleep. Twitching, making sounds, paws going. And because it looks funny or a little frantic, you reach over and shake them awake. You mean well. You think maybe they are having a nightmare and you want to rescue them. But here is what your dog's brain experiences in that moment. They were in the deepest, most unguarded state their nervous system ever allows. And they were suddenly jolted out of it by physical contact. Their brain, coming up from REM, cannot immediately place where they are or what is happening. This is why you will sometimes see even the gentlest dog snap when woken abruptly. It is not aggression. It is a brain that just went from fully offline to full alert in under a second and reached for the only defense it had. More than that, if it happens repeatedly, their brain begins to register deep sleep as a place where unexpected things occur. And over time, they stop going there. Not because they are stubborn, but because their nervous system quietly learns that this particular depth of rest is not safe after all. The better instinct, and the one that actually strengthens your bond, is to just let it happen. Sit with it. Let them run in their dream. Let them murmur and twitch and breathe through whatever their brain is working through. Your stillness is what makes the whole thing possible in the first place. 6. What your dog has decided about you. So let's bring it all the way back. Your dog has spent every waking hour reading the world. Reading your body language, your tone, your energy. Reading the sounds outside, the people who come and go, the general emotional temperature of the home they live in. And at the end of all that reading, when they are finally still and the lights are low and they have settled in beside you, something happens inside their brain that they have no words for and no control over. It just happens or it does not. Their nervous system either lets go or it does not. And when it does, when those paws start twitching and that quiet muffled bark slips out and their whole body goes soft in a way it never is when they are awake, that is not just sleep. That is your dog's brain, running on nothing but instinct and biology, telling you a truth that requires no translation. You are the reason they can fully rest. You are the place their nervous system chose, out of every place it has ever been, to finally let go. And they did not decide that because you fed them or walked them or gave them a good life, though all of that matters. They decided it because somewhere along the way, they learned that when you are nearby, the world does not require their full attention anymore. You took that weight off them, and they carry it back to you every single night in the quietest possible way, twitching, dreaming, and completely, entirely safe.